Hi guys, and welcome to New in Books in January and February. I'm combining these months because I don't have that many listed. I think I have 5 or 6 books, and that's because in my winter TBR I listed a lot of them, and in my February TBR I listed a lot of them, and it's not that I'm not excited for these new releases that are coming out. It's just I don't have time to read them yet, and some of them would be pretty good summer reads versus like winter reads. Number 1 is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. This comes out February 5th. Angie Thomas wrote The Hate U Give, and it was an incredible seller. It was a really good book. I loved the book, and I'd recommend the book. And so I'm excited for her new release. And her new release was about a young girl whose late father was a rapper of some sort, and she has dreams of becoming a rapper herself. And so I'm really excited to read it just because her last one was so good, and it was a debut novel, so hopefully her second one is even better. The next one is The Age of Light by Whitney Scherer, and this one also comes out February 5th. So many of these books come out February 5th, but this one is a romance story of a quite famous, I guess, romantic couple. It's Lee Miller and Man Ray, which I've heard about these before. I've read about them actually in historical fiction before, but they've always been side characters. I've never read a historical fiction piece about their main love. And I know Lee Miller was an actress. In one of the books I read, she did some famous photography. I haven't looked into her biography at all, so I'm not sure how much of that is true or how much of that was just the fictional book. But she was an impressive model. He was a really impressive artist. This is World War II era, and they lived in France, I do believe, but moved during the war to England, maybe. I don't really know. I don't know much about it. I just know that I'm excited to read about them because I've read about them before, and I know I've heard their names before in history classes and stuff of being kind of a more famous romantic couple. So I'm excited about that. Love historical fiction, love romance. I liked First Wife, and it was about Ernest Hemingway and his first wife. And so I love that book. So yeah, I hope this one is good. The next book also comes out February 5th. If you're looking for a Valentine's Day book, this one is by Sophie Kinsella, and it is I Owe You One, and it is about a girl. It's a romance book, and she's a fixer girl, fixes a lot of things, I guess. And she gets an I owe you for coffee or something from a guy. So that's how the romance starts. Don't know much about the book. I know that's a short synopsis, but it's a girl meets guy. It's romance. You know how the story's going to go. And if you've read anything by Sophie Kinsella, she's a cute, funny writer. And so I'm excited to read it. This one is Bloodspell by C.J. Redrine. And this one I only put on the list because I really wanted to read her first one. This is a third in a series. And her first one is Shadow Something. It's got an apple on it. And these covers are beautiful if you're looking at the cover over here. But it's been on my list for a long time, so I wanted to put this in here so I remembered to go ahead and start reading the series and check it out. And it's had really good reviews here on BookTube and everything, and on Goodreads, so I do want to check out the series. I know this one is about a young girl who can turn metal into gold, and her father is her protector, but he passes away, and the only person she can lean on to protect herself, I guess, is Prince Kellen. And so yeah, we'll see. It sounds a bit romantic. I don't know if these are retellings. I'm guessing they are. This one has a big pumpkin, and the first one had a big apple. I'm not sure. You guys can tell me. I'm sure you guys have read some of them. But yeah, I love some YA fantasy. This is in that genre. And then, and the other one is romance. So all these books are romance books that I've been I put on the back burner just because I know I read them a lot. I know I'll get to them. It's quite exciting that they're all coming out. But oh, and the last one was February 12th. I don't know if I said that. So a little bit later than the other ones. But I'm excited for them anyway. Number 5 is More Than Words by Jill Santopolo, and it comes out January 5th as well. And this is a contemporary romance, and it's a girl that's very successful, and I think she's into politics, but somebody in her family dies, and she has to take over the family business. And so it's a transfer of lifestyle kind of thing, and it's supposed to be about romance, and yeah, that's all I really know for the synopsis, but it sounds really good. There's not much to romance synopsis. There's not a lot of whole other characters. It's there's a girl and there's a guy. Well, the next one is The Beantown Girls by Jane Haley. I think this one also comes out February 5th, and this is a historical novel, and I'm really excited for it because it's a different twist on a World War II historical novel. It is about girls who end up handing out coffee and donuts on the front lines during World War II, and they're working for the Red Cross, and it's the girls that come from Beantown, I'm guessing, but that's the whole storyline behind it, and it just sounded cute and different, and I'm sure there's going to be tragic stuff. I'm sure there's going to be tragic stuff that happens into it. It always is in World War II, but I'm excited to do this read. I felt like it was just like a little bit different. And those are all my new in books. And like I said, check out my winter TBR and my February TBR. They both also have new book releases that are coming out in January and February. Some of them I've already read in January, but yeah, those are all the ones that you guys might want to check out, or new romances you might want to check out soon. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.